Hello everyone and welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Brief. It's been a while since we've done a full update video, but the good news is this week we will be having this video will be a full update video. The last video I did was a visit to the LFS. It's a local LFS that I can't believe I hadn't even heard of till recently, but it's absolutely beautiful in there. The way they have the whole walk thing set up, it's kind of like a maze. You have to go, it kind of forces you to go through the whole store. So the way that it's set up is just beautiful, and they have a whole bunch of corals. And one thing I like about this place, when you walk in there, you don't need to ask what coral is hard or what coral is easy. Every coral they have in there is easy. So if you see it there, it's very simple, and you're probably gonna have great success with it. I was talking to the owner, and he's like, yeah, we kind of only cater to the beginner intermediate. We don't like to have hard stuff because then customers come back and then they have stuff dying, and he's like, we have way more happy customers this way. So they really don't have SPS, it's mainly LPS softies, but all in all I really love the selection of everything they had. So let's get into the update, guys. So as you can see here, not much has changed as far as corals. We did add a Kenya tree. You can see it all the way to the right by the damsel. That has been added. There is a diamond goby. And guys, I have never in my life ever seen a diamond goby like this. Look at him on the right. This guy is swimming. He swims with the fish. When I feed, he like comes up to feed. I don't think he realizes he's not supposed to be doing that. Look at him. I mean, when have you seen a diamond goby as active as this guy? Look at him. He doesn't hide at all. When I come up to the tank, he just stares at me. He's always swimming. I mean, I don't think anyone told him he's not an actual regular fish. No one really told him he's a diamond goby and he should be hiding everywhere. But this goes to show you guys, never judge a fish by what people say. Judge it by your experiences, because you can see here, this guy is totally social and just a great guy to have in the tank. So let's talk about dosing. So as far as dosing and what's been maintaining my alkalinity, my calcium, and my pH, it's only been Kalkwasser, guys. That's all I've been using in the auto top off is just Kalkwasser. One thing I absolutely love about Kalkwasser, I used to dose every day, aquavitro, and don't get me wrong guys, aquavitro was amazing. I had great success with it, but the problem is you have to do it every day. At least the algae you have to do it every day. The calcium I would do like once or twice a week. Magnesium I would never have to do it. Water changes was enough. But the great thing about Kalkwasser, you in one step you're essentially doing four things. You're topping off the water with RODI water. You're adjusting the pH, or maintaining the pH I should say. You're maintaining the alkalinity, and at the same time maintaining calcium. So you're doing four things with one action. Now, a lot of people will tell you can run into issues down the road where, if let's say alkalinity is being consumed more than anything, with Kalkwasser it's kind of hard to just specifically only bring up alkalinity. That you're going to probably run into if you have like really high demanding corals like SPS or stuff like that. But for now, with the softies I have here, LPS, the zoas, all that, it's more than sufficient. So why make something harder that you can make easier? Especially here, I've quickly learned here in reefing the little time that I've been doing it. If something is hard to do, you're probably going to do it for 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then you're just going to start forgetting about it, or it's just going to be too much of a hassle. So the easier stuff is to do, the more probable you are to continue doing it. And I think that's with anything in life. And it for sure passes on here to the reefing community and the reefing hobby. So Kalkwasser has been maintaining everything, and I have no complaints on that. So for you guys out there wondering and saying, should I use Kalkwasser? Well, pretty much my questions to ask yourself would be, do you have high demanding corals? And by high demanding, I mean like a whole mess of SPS. Like I have 2 or 3 SPS frags in here. That's by no means high demanding. Corals, if you had maybe 15, 20 big pieces of SPS, then I'd say, okay, you may have to do 2-part or individual dosing. But if you're not in that boat, by all means guys, use Kalkwasser. It's amazing. You're gonna read a lot online on it being very dangerous, and yeah, there is bad sides to it, but from what I read, you kind of run into issues when you start using it with the kalk reactor where it's at 100% saturation. You can run into issues. When you're diluting it in RODI water, it's very hard for you to mess up. Let's assume even if you are to throw, dump your whole RODI in there, if for you guys watch the Inappropriate Reefer, it actually happened to him and nothing died. Absolutely nothing died. The reason why is because this stuff is very diluted in the RODI. It's not like a kalk reactor where it's 100% saturation. If you get it in there, you're gonna pretty much cause that havoc in the tank. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been doing for the dosing. I have added an algae scrubber, the drop 0.6, and so far we are growing algae. We are growing it pretty slow. The reason for that, I was dosing Nopox, and obviously that was hurting it, so I stopped dosing Nopox and letting the the algae be able to grab the excess nutrients out of the water. So for you guys that do have algae scrubbers, don't use Nopox because that's just going to slow everything down. It's going to make your water too clean and not allow the algae scrubber to work properly. So as far as the new additions, obviously the crazy diamond gobies right there, look at him, he's still swimming everywhere. That guy's just a trip to watch, but anyways, the few additions that we have had is the diamond goby. We did add some Yasha gobies, which both of those jumped out. I added two different, a banded Yasha and then the regular Yasha goby. I think it's called like a Hash goby or something like that. Both those guys jumped out. Even with my screen top, don't even ask me how the heck they made it out, but they made it out. And we did add you can see there, a yellow tang. So before the tang police comes at me, this fish is only in here momentarily. It's not gonna stay in here for very much longer. He is very small, and yeah, and you're also, for you guys that are new, you're gonna read very mixed reviews on having a fish, especially a tang in a small tank. That's hard to say, tang in a small tank. And there's various arguments, there's various sides to it. There's a lot of people that say no, a 40, 50, 60 gallon tank is too small. But then you're going to have the other people that make the same argument, saying, well, who are you to say that a 150 gallon tank is sufficient when these fish are used to the wild and pretty much endless amount of water? So there is two sides. The way I believe, it's up to you to make the decision on what you think is right or wrong. Because honestly, if you ask me, I think it's generally very wrong for all of us to be keeping fish in these tanks, period. If we were that worried about these fish and everything, we should all just put them back in the ocean where they belong, right? But I think us humans, to a certain extent, we like keeping animals in our home and bring the habitat into our home. So you really have to decide for yourselves where you are, because at the end of the day, it's your money. I'm not going to be able to tell you how to spend your money. The person next to me, or the person at the LFS is going to tell you how to spend your money. At the end of the day, it's your decision. But obviously, if you can clearly see the fish is stressed in a small tank, don't do it. If any of these fish, I notice them stressed, I would obviously try to alleviate that. Because not only will stress be bad for the fish, but that'll bring ick, that'll bring more disease, and at the end of the day, you can actually wipe out a tank. Or at least the fish in the tank like that. So guys, just kind of decide it for yourself, figure out where you are, what side you're on. I'm kind of neutral. I understand both sides of it, and there's arguments, then there's two sides to everything. So other than that, we do have the 3 clownfish that you can see here. They're very happy. We do have a damsel. He's not too big of a bully. He sometimes messes with the clowns, but they also stand their ground. And like I mentioned, we do have a Kenya tree on the very right. On the front left, we have a bird's eye zoas, and as well as some like reddish zoas. I forgot the name of them. That's pretty much going to become my whole zoa side of the scape right there. Alright, so enough with telling you guys, what you should have in your tank and what you shouldn't. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's your money. So let's move on. This right here, this is kind of how I look at the tank almost every day. I sit back in my chair about this far away, and this is what I get to see. So you guys, I love being able to share this with you, and you also be able to enjoy the tank in the same way I do. Now, if you guys are watching right now, you may be saying, well, what the hell is that? Do I see Radions on there again? What, what is this? What is this guy doing? And guys, you do see Radions, the same ones I originally bought. And you may be saying, well, why did you go back to the Radions? Well, there was a lot of people saying, I don't think you adjusted them right, because you obviously, you may have heard the arguments I had against the Radions, not liking the color too much, my torch is not opening up the same. So I was like, you know what, let me take what these guys have said, let me try it again, let me mess with the settings, make them even lower, alter my colors, and see what I can get. So after running these, I've been running these for about 2 weeks now. And trust me guys, I've tried a whole mess of colors, I've tried a whole mess of intensities, and I can honestly, surely say with 100% certainty, my torches, my frog spawns do not open like they used to with the AI 52s. Is that saying these lights are bad? No. Maybe the corals need more time to acclimate, maybe. But all I know is in my specific tank with my specific corals, I can throw on the AI 52 HDs and they'll, within 2 or 3 days, they'll open up way more than they do with these Radions. And I've tried even people's settings, I've tried starting with like 15% intensity, I've tried 30, I've tried 60. And don't think I'm just changing these numbers every day. I let the tank settle for about 3 days, 2 days. The only coral I do see react really good with these lights are the few SPS I have. I mean, they color up really, really fast with these lights. And that's actually what I've heard. I've heard that Radion is really, it does amazing with SPS. And also my Gonapora. My Gonaporas reach out a lot more with these lights. I don't know why, but they do. But as far as my torches and my frog spawns, absolutely not. Now, it may be a coincidence, or it may be, I don't know if it matters or not, but these torches, the breeder I got them from, they have AI 52s. So maybe they're really used to those lights, maybe they just don't like this. I do notice a little bit of it even par, but I actually noticed the AI 52s to be brighter than these Radions at 100%, believe it or not guys. If you look at the numbers, especially on the aqua illumination, they have this comparison chart. The Radions do output more par, and for you guys that are aware, par and brightness have nothing to do with each other. They're two completely different things. So only because the light looks brighter to your eye doesn't mean it's necessarily more par. One thing I do notice with the Radions is you do get more of a shimmer, as you can see here compared to my previous videos. As far as the colors, I still stand with the same opinion. I feel that the AI 52s have a nicer blue and a nicer white, hands down. And like I said, you can go back to my other videos and you can see that. You can also see my torches and frog spawns, how much bigger they get with the 52. So, I just wanted to try the lights, one more time, just to make sure it wasn't, really user error. I guess you can make the argument that the corals need to acclimate to it, but at the end of the day, both lights are owned by the same company, or both companies own the same lights, however you want to word it. So you're really not going wrong with either setup. Alright, so moving on from the lights, here you can see a closer picture of the zoas I have here. These ones kind of towards the center. I don't even know the name of them. I got them really cheap. I think like 10 bucks for that. There's at least like 20, 30 polyps on there. And then the eagle eyes all the way on the left, I think I paid like $20 for that. There's at least 40 in there. So, I don't go out and try and spend too much money on these corals. I try to, save money as well. But yeah, another thing I want to give you guys here really quickly is a little teaser. For you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, guys, you're truly, absolutely missing out. Currently on Instagram, I have over 3,000 followers. I mean, I don't even know how I've done it in such little time. I'm really active on there. I post a lot, and I actually do a lot of quick edit videos. So right now what we're going to do, I'm going to be quiet. You're going to stop hearing me talk. I'll stop annoying you guys. and we're just going to watch one of those quick clips that I upload to my Instagram. And I do various of these. Also, before we do that, I want to give a shout out. I officially have 2 sponsors on Instagram. I want to truly thank these companies. One of them is JBJ. So JBJ is an official sponsor of Eat Sleep Brief, as well as Hanna Instruments. So I want to thank both those companies for allowing me to represent them and their amazing product. For you guys that aren't aware, this tank is obviously a JBJ tank, and a lot of the testing I do to check my water is done with Hanna checkers. And Hanna is just known all throughout the industry to be the best checkers, hands down. I mean, I don't think there's any argument about that. So give a shout out to JBJ and Hanna checkers. Thank you guys very much. So let me stop talking and let me show you guys that quick clip. For you guys that aren't following me on Instagram, be sure to check it out, but here we go. Alright, so that was that quick clip I showed you guys, and that's what you're missing out if you're not following me on Instagram. I do a lot of nice videos like that on there, as well as a lot of posts, a lot of tips, and it's not like these videos, that take time to put together. On Instagram, I can be on the go, I can shoot it, take a picture, put it up, within minutes. And I guess it's a lot more live in these videos. So yeah, guys, be sure to check me out on Instagram. It's eat_sleep_reef_. Be sure to follow me there. And I'm trying to see what else I'm forgetting in this update, because it's every time I'm actually doing these voiceovers, it's like I forget about something. But yeah, I mean, I went over the algae scrubber, went over the lighting, went over a few of the new additions. The livestock and the corals. I went over that crazy Goby that doesn't realize he's a Goby. We went over the yellow tang, and I think we're pretty much done. So this was a little bit of a longer video, guys. I do realize that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this update video, because I really enjoy letting you guys know how the journey is coming along. And I can officially say the rock on the scape is officially alive. It is no longer white by any means. It has a whole mess of different colors of green algae, and then I see some purple dots. For you experienced guys out there, if you can comment below, I don't think it's coralline algae, although I'd love it to be, but it's like small little dots in random places on the rock. I don't see it excuse me, on the glass. I only see it on the rock. So for you experienced guys out there, maybe for anyone really that knows, be sure to leave it down in the comment box below as to what that may be. And of course, guys, if you have any questions on my setup, have any questions about anything reefing whatsoever, be sure to leave it down in the comment box below. Let's talk. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below, guys. I always love chatting with everyone out there. Let me know, how about this? Down in the comment box below, let me know what tank setup you're running. I'd really love to know, have a little bit of a conversation. So let me know what tank setup you're running and how long your tank has been up and running. As far as that, guys, if you are new to the channel and I've earned your subscription, please subscribe, guys. It really helps me out a lot. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this week's update video. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.